to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. Learning is the key to be free. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. He says the answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. Learning is the key to be free. Yeah. Exploring other worlds and drifting into dreams. Take the time to believe and make believe. Really can be fun when all your chores are done. Skip, hop, jump, and learn to fly.
Phew, I'm so tired from playing with my brothers and sisters. Oh, hi, boys and girls. Welcome to another edition of Storytime Rex. So much has happened since the last time I saw you. I went and visited some kids at the Longsu Public School. And they drew me lots and lots of posters. But you'll see them later in the show. Also, you remember my squirrel friend that had a hurt tail? Well, he's all better now. Now that we started the show, you know what time this is? It's time for the raccoon file. Let's see our raccoon file. See? Our raccoon file. Today's raccoon file is about brothers and sisters. If you are an older brother and sister, you should try to be nice to your younger ones. Set an example for them, because your brother or sister usually looks up to you. If you're nice to them, they'll be nice. If your brother or sister bugs you a lot, and I know that's happened to me, this usually means they want to spend some time with you. So why don't you play with them, go for a walk, ride a bike, or maybe they just want to talk to you. And you know, you just may have lots of fun. When your brother or sister is sick, try to make them feel happy. You know, when you're sick, you want to feel happy again too. And that makes them get better. And that's the end of our raccoon file. Let's go see if Kathleen has a book for us. And I think I'm going to relax during these books.
Hi, Rex. How are you?
I'm fine, Kathleen. And you?
I'm fine. I was just about to read a book called Harriet and Walt, and I was wondering if you would like to listen in.
That would be great.
Okay. Harriet and Walt by Nancy Carlson. Yippee, yelled Harriet. It must have snowed all night long. I'm going to play outside all day. Don't forget Walt, said Mother. Aw, Mom, said Harriet. Harriet, said her mother, you take your little brother with you, and that's final. Oh, all right, grumbled Harriet. Come on, Walt. I'm going to make a tunnel through this snowdrift, said Harriet. It's going to be so neat, Walt. And it was. Until Walt fell through it. You big dope, said Harriet. Harriet decided to make a snow angel instead. Look, Walt, it's easy. You try it. So Walt did. Not that way, Walt. Lie on your back, said Harriet. Boy, oh boy, what a dummy. You said it, said Harriet's friend George. Come on, Harriet. Let's play tag, but not Walt. He's too little. Listen, Walt, said Harriet. You stand right here by the flagpole and don't move. And whatever you do, don't put your tongue on the pole. So Walt stood quietly by the flagpole. But pretty soon, he got curious. "Ow!" screamed Walt. "Boy," said George, "Walt is the dumbest little brother I've ever seen. Come on, Harriet, let's build a snowman." "Wowee," said George, "this is going to be the best snowman ever." And George might have been right. But Walt wrecked it. "Walt, you are so stupid," said George. "He was only trying to help," said Harriet. "Come on, George, let's go sliding. Walt can't wreck that." So they all climbed the hill. It took Walt a long time. Harriet and George were already at the bottom again when Walt started down. "Oh no," said Harriet, "I can't look." "Boy, what a jerk," said George. "Can't he do anything right?" "George," said Harriet, "he can't help it. He's just little, that's all." "He's just dumb," said George. "Come on, Walt," said Harriet. "Let's go home." On the way, Harriet taught Walt how to make a snow angel, and she helped him build a snowman. And she took him down a hill on her cardboard. When they got home, it was almost supper time. "Well," said Mother, "did you have a good time?" "Once we got rid of that dumb George, we did," said Harriet. "Didn't we, Walt?" But Walt was fast asleep. Did you like that story, Rex?
That was a good story. Do you have another one?
As a matter of fact, I do. I have one here right now.
Can you read it?
Sure, no problem. It's called "I Wish I Was Sick Too," and it's written by Franz Brandenburg and illustrated by Aliki. Edward was sick. Mother served his meals in bed. Father made him cold compresses to bring the fever down. Grandmother read him stories to pass the time. Aunt Anne and Uncle Peter telephoned to wish him well. "It isn't fair," said Elizabeth. "I have to get up and dress while Mother serves Edward his meals in bed. I have to make my bed and go to school while Father makes Edward cold compresses. I have to do my homework and practice the piano while Grandmother reads stories to Edward. I have to wash the dishes and feed the pets while Uncle Peter and Aunt Anne talk to Edward on the telephone. I wish I was sick too." A few days later, Elizabeth was sick. Mother served her meals in bed. Father made her cold compresses to bring the fever down. Grandmother read her stories to pass the time. Aunt Anne and Uncle Peter telephoned to wish her well. In the evening, Edward came to tell her what he had done all day. He had got up and dressed. He had made his bed and gone to school. He had done his homework and practiced the piano. He had washed the dishes and fed the pets. "It isn't fair," said Elizabeth. "You are so lucky to do all those things." "I hope you'll be well soon," replied Edward. A few days later, Elizabeth was well. She got up and dressed. She made her bed and went to school. She did her homework and practiced the piano. She washed the dishes and fed the pets. That night, Edward and Elizabeth telephoned Aunt Anne and Uncle Peter to tell them they were well. Then they each read a story to Grandmother to pass the time. And, as a surprise, they served their parents their after-dinner snack in bed. "The best part of being sick is getting well," said Edward, and Elizabeth agreed.
It doesn't sound like much fun to get sick.
I don't think it is. Not when I'm sick anyway. Is it much fun for raccoons when they get sick?
Well, not really. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Speaking of families, I made a family tree. A family tree is a list of people that you're related to. So would you like to see it? Well, come on. The Raccoon Family. Here is my Grandma Regina. And my Grandpa Ronald got married and had my Mom Rachel. And then over here, my Grandma Roxanne and my Grandpa Robert, also known as Bob, got married and had my dad Rainey. Now my Mom Rachel and my dad Rainey got married and had these many kids. They had my brother Richard, my brother Roger, my brother Ralph, my sister Rhonda, which is my twin, my sister Ray, my brother Ross, my brother Raymond, my sister Rudy, my brother Rudolph, my brother Roland, and me, Rex. My brother Roland got married, and her name is Remy. Now Raymond has 2 kids, and their names are Ronaldo and Royo. And that's my family tree. Now let's talk about and see the posters that the kids from Lawrenceville Public School did. Erica,
Storytime Rex, Storytime
Nicholas,
Rex. He loves the kids everywhere. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. He believes in you 'cause he cares. When you come home
Jenna
from
Miller,
school and you wanna play with friends, Rex will show you how all the time. Fishing with your dad or cooking with your mom. These things are fun for boys and
Billy,
girls. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. He says the
Matthew,
answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex.
Emily Delicio,
Key to be free. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex.
Katie,
He says the answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime
Matthew
Rex.
Reed,
Learning is the key to be free. Yeah.
Josie Raymond, Ashley Andrews, Jennifer Baker,
Exploring other worlds and drifting into dreams. Take the time to
Chris,
leave and make believe. Really can be fun when all your chores
Deborah,
are done. Skip, hop, jump, and learn to fly. Storytime
Heather
Rex,
W,
Storytime Rex. He loves the kids everywhere.
Chelsea
Storytime Rex,
Forte,
Storytime Rex. He believes.
hello? Are you okay? I'll be right over. I'll see you later. My friend David the deer is hurt. He needs me. I gotta go, but I'll be back later, okay?
Rex, are you home? Rex! Geez, where is that brother of mine? Oh, hi, boys and girls. My name is Rhonda. Rhonda the raccoon. I'm Rex's twin sister. You must be the boys and girls that Rex always talks about. Do you know where he went to?
Well, hi, Rhonda. What are you doing here?
Oh, hi, Rex. I was just talking to the boys and girls. I was just about to tell them what I'm doing lately. I've been taking some cooking classes, and I brought a piece of tape for you to watch. Would you like to see it?
I certainly would like to see it.
Well, let's go. Roll 'em.
Really can be fun when all your chores are done. Skip, hop, jump, and learn to fly. Storytime.
Hi, I'm Rhonda, and this is Rhonda's Kitchen. Today we're going to make sugar cookies just for you. Helping me today is my friend Katie. Say hi, Katie.
Hi.
Let's start by introducing the ingredients in our cookies. Over here we have the butter, and then we have some flour, and then we have some sugar. Of course, we need sugar for our sugar cookies, because if we didn't have sugar, then there'd be no sugar cookies, right? Next, we have some eggs, and then we have some salt, but we won't use too much salt because you know it's not very good for you. We have our nutmeg, and we have our baking powder, and then we have our utensils to make our cookies with. The cups, the spatula, and the teaspoons. We also have our knife so we can smooth it out. So let's begin making our cookies. First, we need our bowl. Katie. Now we need to take 1 cup and 1/4 cup of butter. We will now take the butter and scoop it into the bowl. Next ingredient that we will put into the bowl is our sugar. We need 2 cups of sugar. Now that she has put the 2 cups of sugar in, we will take our eggs. Now my assistant will break the eggs without getting shells in it and put it into the bowl. Now, we will then add 2 cups of flour. Now we need some salt, Katie, which will be 1 teaspoon. And then our baking powder, we need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. And then we need some nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. We need 1/3 cup of milk. Now we need to mix it very well. Maybe you can do let me try. Okay, Katie? Now we have to add the 3 other cups of flour. And now my assistant will take the batter, take a little ball of it, and we will roll it out onto the table here, or the counter, the counter. Okay, assistant, throw it onto the counter. Okay, that's enough. Now, assistant, this is where I need your hands. Mix it all up into a ball. Just mix, mix, mix. Yeah. Get those fingers in it. Come on, squish it. Okay, let's roll this puppy out. Okay, that's good, Katie. Now, we've got some cookie cutters. Our cookie cutters. We've got a clover here. We've got a bell. This is some funny shaped one. We have a star. We have a gingerbread man. We have a spade. We have a diamond. We've got a heart over here. You can see the heart. And then we just have some plain circles. That looks like a good one, we hope. It's kind of sticking there. Oh. Okay, Katie, let's cut a few more. Now we will take our cookies to the oven, which should be at 375. You always preheat your oven before you put anything in it. And we will put them on the bottom rack. And they should be cooked within 5 minutes. Now we come to our cookies, which have been in here for 5 minutes. Make sure you have your oven mitts on because we wouldn't want you to burn yourself while taking this hot pan. This is our second batch of cookies we have done. And while I go over and put these cookies down, Katie will ice the ones we... Here are our lovely cookies that we made. Don't they look good? Go ahead, Katie, try one. So?
They're good.
How good?
Very good.
My star pupil. Well, thank you very much, Katie, for being my assistant. You were quite helpful. And I want to thank you guys, and I want to thank Rex for putting me on his show. Maybe I'll come on again. Till next time, this is Rhonda's Kitchen. Rhonda the raccoon. Bye.
Bye.
So what did you think about that, Rex?
That was a very good cooking class, Rhonda. I think the boys and girls really liked that. I'll see you later, okay, Rhonda?
We'll see you later, Rex. See you later, boys and girls.
Well, I think that's the end of another Storytime Rex. I hope to see you next time for another edition of Storytime Rex. You have fun, boys and girls. And don't forget to read. Bye-bye.
Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. He believes in you 'cause he cares. When you come home from school and you wanna play with friends, Rex will show you how all the time. Fishing with your dad or cooking with your mom, these things are fun for boys and girls. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. He says the answer answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. Learning is the key to be free. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. He says the answer is to love. Storytime Rex, Storytime Rex. Learning is the key to be free.